Hey, so it's the garden vibes today. I know. It's getting warmer, but it's still a little chilly sometimes. And I am getting ready to transplant some seedlings that I have been growing inside during the cold of winter. And I think it's just about time to put them outdoors. But before I do that, there's some critical steps that I need to take to ensure that they will survive and thrive. And one of those critical things that I need to take into consideration is the importance of timing. And I want to talk to you about that as it relates to not just gardening, of course, but our Christian growth. Stick around and I'll tell you more. Welcome to In the Word, a devotional segment to get you started on your day. And I'm your host, Dr. Kathy Ann Hernandez, also known as Dr. H from Value What Matters. And now, the Word. So I am sitting here looking at my hard work. Of course, the camera is looking at me, but beds that my husband and I have been working on. And here are some seedlings that I have been growing inside. I think we started probably in March. And it's just about time to get them into the garden. But as I mentioned in the intro, there are some important and critical steps that I must take if they are supposed to thrive. First of all, I need to bring them outside a couple of days before I intend to transplant them. Why? So that they can acclimatize to the conditions outside where it's going to be hotter and it's going to be colder at night. And so when I think about timing as it relates to growth for plants, it really cements for me the importance of waiting. And if you know me, I talk a lot about what it's like waiting on God. I don't like waiting. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure you don't like waiting too. But if I put these plants out in the sunlight or in the garden before they are ready, guess what's going to happen? They are going to be scorched. They are not going to be able to handle the onslaught of conditions that are out here. As Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 1 reminds us, there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under heaven. And when I am tempted to get impatient, which happens quite often, I try to remember that perhaps what's ahead of me, I am not really prepared to handle it yet. And so I need this time out. I need to wait by my brook so that I can be fortified, I can be strengthened for when the time comes for me to walk into the fullness of what God has in store for me. So these seedlings, they're going to be in the bed, but I am preparing the bed. I am adding rich compost. I am making sure it's aerated, and I'm making sure that I'm creating a space where they will flourish and thrive. But also, I recognize that because of the conditions in which they have been growing up to this point, they are not ready yet for the wonderful bed that I'm making for them. What a good analogy for us to think about when we are in the waiting zone. Is it possible, friend? Is it possible that God is preparing? He's still paving the way. He's moving people around, opening doors, closing doors to create the right conditions for you to be positioned in a place that will allow you to flourish and thrive. Is it possible? Is it also possible that you are not quite ready yet for the richness of that experience? That what you need to do, what I need to do in the waiting time is to continue to develop in darkness, to hone those skills, to prepare ourselves to occupy the space that God is preparing for us. Ecclesiastes 3 in verse 1. To everything there is a time. Oh yes, bugs. To everything there is a time and a season for every activity under heaven, even a time for bugs. Wait on God. His timing is always perfect. Have a great day. Have a great week. Don't get distracted. remember to value what matters. Take care. Bye.